Hello students. Today we have seen OC chapter number 1, Introduction of Commerce and Business. In next part we have completed last lecture for that business, what is the features of a business or characteristics of a business, then profession, and in this lesson we have start from employment. So what is the mean by employment and features? Various features is developed by the employment. First of all, we have seen the definition of employment. So employment is a economic activity in which people work for others, and the relationship between employer and persons who offer the work and the persons who accept the work is called as employee. So what is the mean by employer and employee? So employer is a person who offers the work, and employee is the person who accept the work, is called as employee. So remuneration and terms and conditions are agreed, both of them. So it is employment. So employment is that is economic activity, and employment is that employer is the persons who offers the work, and employee is the person who accept the work is called as employee. So various features are available in employment. First of all, aim. The main aim to earn money for meeting needs of the employees and employers. There is a most important feature is that aim. There is a coordination between the employer and employee for need of money and need of a transaction of money. Then second point, qualification. So each job requires some qualification. The job can skilled or unskilled. For skilled jobs, some specific qualification are required, and unskilled job the qualification is not necessary. For example, office boy, there is a two type of qualification person. First of all is a qualified person, and second is unqualified person. There is a both persons need in particular job field or job work. Then third point, monetary returns. In monetary returns, the wages or salaries is given. For the example of the monetary returns, or in financial return, the employer offer the wages are decided in advance before the appointment. Wages are paid only daily, weekly, and salaries paid monthly. Along these, the salary offers the benefit like bonus, etc., and also can be given to employees. Then next point is a capital. No capital is required for employment because employer provides everything to the employee for completing the job. Then registration. No registrations is required. Every employee has to follow the rules and regulation maintained in the terms and condition of employment contract. So the registration is not necessary in employment. Every employment follow the rules and regulation, maintain the terms and condition of employment. So just see, it is a contract between the employer and employee. So in employment there is a contract between the two persons, and terms and conditions are available. For that is called as registration process. So non-transferability. Employment cannot be transferred from one person to another. For example, if a teacher retires, then he cannot transfer his job to his son or daughter. So it is a transferability. Nature of work. Every employee is expected to complete the work which is given to him. The nature of job decided the nature of work. So the employment is expected to complete the job, the work given by him. The nature of job decided the work nature of work. So that this is the features and characteristics of employment. Next point, 1.4, business objectives. Various objectives are formed in business. First of all, economic objective, and second is a social objective. In economic objective there are 3 points. First of all, searching new customers, second, innovations, and third is a best possible use of resources. First of all is earning profit. So business objective and the purpose of the business is start for that earning profit. The profit is required for several of the business and for the growth of the business. Searching new customers, so in business objective and starting for the new business, so is guided by the objectives process. There should be further for searching the new customer, business organization have to work hard and arrange new customers for existing customers. Next point is innovation. So innovation is that development or possible change which results into improvement is called as innovation. It is the product or process of the production. It has spread money, for example research and development, market survey, etc. Use of technology is developed in innovation system. Then best possible use of resources. So resources are square and has alternative uses. They should be used to its maximum and should avoid wastage. Optimal use of resources ultimately leads to increasing profit. Then social objectives. Next point. Then there are 5 points in that. First of all, supplying quality products. Every business have to supply or used to supply the good quality products for customers, and a combination of this production is that purity, this product is pure, safety and utility, etc. So next is avoiding unfair trade practices. Unfair trade practices like black marketing, misleading advertisement, wrong measurement, etc. should be avoided. It is important for the survival and growth of a business unit. The next point is employment generation. In employment generation, the business is for two types of economic, socio-economic institution. So business should create job for skilled and unskilled people. So employee qualified for that two fields is called as skilled and unskilled people. It should provide employment opportunities to economical backward and diverting persons. Welfare of employees, skilled and unskilled workers are the part of the society. So if employees are properly taken care of, it brings welfare to the society. This can be achieved by providing fair and regular remuneration, good working condition, impartial personal policies, offering incentives, etc. Then help to solve social problems. Due to rapid industrialization, many social problems arise like traffic jam, growth of slums, air and water pollution, etc. So this is the social problem to avoid in the industry. So business should be aware and should be prepared for reducing these social problems in the business objectives, then contributing to the welfare of the society. Business should be take care for the general welfare of the society and give the donations for good offering scholarships for higher education, etc. That this is the social business objective for the two terms, economic objective and social objective. Next point, point number 1.5. This is the role of a profit in business. There is a chart in your textbook. Role of profit in business. First of all, profit, then various fields. Growth is available for profit. First of return to investors, then research and development, growth and expansion, increase efficiency, means of livelihood, reputation, then reward for risk, survival, etc. Then role of profit in business. The various roles are given or various roles are achieving for profit in business. First of all, return to investor. Investor means who invest the money is called as investors. The people who invest money in the business expect fair returns on their capital is called as return to investors. Then research and development, R&D. Then research and developer is the profit firm to spend more and research and developer. It is a better technology and lower cost and the production benefit for the whole nation for the research and developing of the production. Then growth and expansion, retention of profit in the internal source of fund. This profit can be needed for increasing the volume of a business through expansion and diversification. The portion of the profit is expanded for the growth and further business development. Then next, increase efficiency. Profit motive is various payment or profit facility payment of various dues in time. It also motivates the employees working in the organization. This finally leads to increase in overall efficiency of the organization. So next, means of livelihood. Business earn profit which is their means of livelihood. By earning sufficient profits, they can live a decent standard life through satisfaction of various wants. So, means of livelihood means business earn profit which is their means of livelihood by carrying sufficient profit for the standard of living. Then reward for risk. The profit is considered as a reward for assuming several business risks. Profit also serves as a protection against those risks which cannot be insured, for example, fall in demand, adverse government policy, etc. Then survival. It helps the business to continue to exist in the market. If the business does not make through profit, will not survival in the growth competitive. So survival, each and every business term is continue to exist in the market. This is the profit will not survive in the growth of complete environment. So next point, there is some activity for that. Visit a small shop or a big shopping mall and find out the reason for why profit is important for them. Then Point number 1.6, classification of business activities. There is a two classification of business activities: business, industry and commerce. Then in industry there is a primary, secondary and tertiary industry, and in commerce there is a trade and accessories to trade. Then primary industry में क्या आएगा? एग्रीकल्चर, एक्सट्रैक्टिव, जेनेटिक. सेकेंडरी में क्या आएगा? मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, कंस्ट्रक्शन. एंड टेरिटरी इंडस्ट्री में क्या आएगा? ट्रांसपोर्ट, बैंकिंग, होटल, टूरिज्म, एंटरटेनमेंट. और कॉमर्स में क्या आएगा? ट्रेड, होम ट्रेड, फॉरेन ट्रेड, वे होलसेल ट्रेड, रिटेल ट्रेड, फॉरेन ट्रेड, इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट, extra port, extra report. So first of all, point number 1.6.1 is a industry. So what is a mean by industry? And category into three parts of category in industry. Then what is the mean by industry? Industry implies the economic activity that are associated with the conservation into goods and that are ready for use. They involved in the creation of utility and it converts into raw material and finished products. So what is the industry? The term of industry means that group of firm producing similar or related goods. For example, sugar industry, manufacturing unit producing sugar from sugar cane. Similarly, electronic industry would include all firms producing electronic goods. Then industries may be divided into three broad categories: for primary industry, agriculture industry, and extractive industry, genetic industry. First of all, primary industry. In primary industry, the nature oriented industry, the product of primary industry may be used input of secondary industry. Primary industry are of three types: agriculture, extractive industry and genetic industry. Agriculture industry means agriculture के प्रोडक्ट्स इसमें लिए जाते हैं. इट्स कॉल्ड एज एग्रीकल्चर इंडस्ट्री. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, फार्मिंग, in cultivative of land, product depends on many like flex land and condition, rainfall, etc. Then extractive industry, the industry draws out product from natural resources, for example soil, एयर एंड वाटर. जो प्रोडक्ट्स नेचुरली लिए जाते हैं, नेचर ऑफ रिसोर्सेज, इज कॉल्ड एज एक्सट्रैक्टिव इंडस्ट्री. द इंडस्ट्री विल फिनिश production, for example extracting oil, minerals from underground, fishing etc. Then genetic industry are engaged in the production and multiplication of plants and animals, for example animals, sericultures, horticultures, etc. Secondary industry, this industry depends on primary industry and raw material provided by primary industry into finish of goods. Then in secondary industry में क्या आएगा? एग्जाम्पल, tomatoes provided primary industry are used for marketing sauce and ketchup. Manufacturing industry, these industry are engaged in transferring raw material into finished products with the help of machine and manpower. The final goods may be capital goods or consumer goods. For example, sugar, paper industry, etc. Concentration industry, these industries are engaged to the conservations of buildings, dams, bridges, roads, tunnels, canals, metro, etc. Tertiary industries, they provide support services to primary and secondary industry. Services facilities are provided by these industries. These include transport banking, which comes under the traditional category. It's called as territory industry. Then commerce. The what is the mean by commerce? So, first of all, meaning. Commerce is that the part of business activity which is conducted with distribution of goods and services. It includes the all the activities for the free and uninterrupted flow of goods. Means what? The commerce is a gap between the producers and consumers by exchange of goods and services. Trade. Trade denote buying and selling of goods and services. Trade is an exchange of goods and services. The money is very much important in trade. Goods are made available to consumers in different markets. Trade is further classified as home trade or internal trade. In this trade, buying and selling of goods and services takes place. Within the it is conducted with the local currency for the exchange of goods and services. It is further divided as follows: wholesale trade and retail trade. In wholesale trade, goods are purchased and sold in bulk. Wholesale purchase is large quantities from the producer and sales in some quantities to the retailers. Retail trade. Retail trade is business activity associated with the sale of goods to the final consumers. A retail is the one who purchases from the wholesaler to sometimes directly from the producer and sells from in similar quantities to final consumer. Then foreign trade or external trade, import export trade and intra-port trade. When goods and services are purchased from another country, it is called as import trade. When goods and services are sold to foreign buyers, then it is called as export trade. Intra-port trade. In the it is the combination of import and export trade. It involves importing the goods from one country to another. It's called as intra-trade report. Then B point, auxiliaries to trade. In that there is a transport, warehousing, insurance, banking, advertising, mercantile agent and communication is available. First of all, seen transport. The goods are produced at one place by but they are demanded over a wide area, so goods are to be sent to different places. They are demanded modes of transport facility movement of men and material from one place to another. So there is the next point, warehousing. The warehousing is that the goods should be stored carefully at the time they are produced till the time they are sold. The special arrangement must be made to prevent the loss and damage. Warehouses are so called godowns. Prices maintained at the reasonable level and there is a continuous supply of goods and services. Then next point, insurance. There are various risks involved in the business. The goods may be destroyed while in production process or in transit due to accidents or the stores due to loss by fire. The insured person or the businessman has to insure goods and pay premium regularly. Risk factor is also available in insurance. Then banking. We require money to start the business and to run it smoothly. Banks supply money and there is a relationship between the businessman and banks. The bank provide many services like checks, drafts, debit cards, credit cards, online transaction, etc. Then advertising is an effective aid in selling the goods. The produce communicates all information about goods and services to create a strong desire in consumers to pay the products. It can be carried in different ways. Then mercantile agent, consumer are settled over a very wide area. It not possible to seller to contract the consumer, so it is a mercantile agent. They provide the gap between the buyer and seller. And broker, estate agent, etc. Communication in today life, there is a information to communicate. There is a need of communication for the traders, producer and consumer to exchange the information with each other. For example, cell phones, postal services, email are the main available things to communicate people with each other. There is a activity in your textbook. Visit an estate broker and find out the duties performed by him by buyers, sellers and property. Because of extended market and transport, it is now possible to send farming products anywhere easily, and the products cannot reasonable value for that. There is some distinguish between, so write down the distinguish between in your notebook. Industry and commerce, business, profession and employment, business and commerce. There is some summary is there. We can see this summary at your home. Thank you, students.